What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Out of the Basement. Today, we're doing our July Blu-ray update. Of course, I'm Nate, joined with Steven.
Howdy.
And you guys know what it is. This is our monthly Blu-ray update where we show off our pickups of the month. Great month. July is always a good time because you got the Barnes & Noble's 50% off Criterion sale. So we got some crits. I got some family video pickups. You do as well. We went on a little family video hunt and got some SMH titles. So, Steven, it's not time for Bucky's DVD blowout, but it's time for Nate's DVD blowout.
Better not use my music again.
Oh, I'm using. Anyways, I got a couple DVDs this month. First up is Kids, which is the first movie that Harmony Korine wrote. Haven't seen this one. Doesn't have a Blu-ray, right?
It does.
Oh, okay.
It's like a German release, but it is like region free.
Well, it doesn't have a Blu-ray technically in the United States. Haven't watched this movie, but I'm excited to see it. I found this actually in the same day. Found this for $3.33 at Fort Wayne Disc Replay, and then found it at a Goodwill for $1.99. So there you go, Kids. Then I got the Bill Goldberg classic Santa's Sleigh, which doesn't have a US Blu-ray. Pretty sure.
I don't think it has one, period.
Widescreen version, very important there. This is a Santa Claus slasher with Bill Goldberg in it. Looks amazing. I've never seen it, but I've wanted to track down a copy for years, and I finally found it for super cheap. Then Candyman 3. Again, does not have a US Blu-ray. Candyman 2 is not that great, so I'm sure this one is going to be even worse. But I bought it anyway for the collection.
But it might raise 2 up.
Yeah, true. Very true. I do really want to see this movie, though, because I just want to finish the Candyman trilogy. But after 2, I was like, but I
like 2.
Right.
It's a huge drop-off, but it's still, it's
yeah,
fun.
It's good. But I don't know about this one. The back is hilarious. The horribly cropped image. So this could possibly be a good time or a really bad time. And then, this is kind of a inside joke, a meme between me and Steven, but at Goodwill I found Farscape, the complete series, for the very low price of $9. Every single season of Farscape on DVD, in glorious 480p, maybe even 720. I don't know. We'd have to check that, but
probably 480p.
68 hours of Jim Henson science fiction madness. And those are the DVDs I got this month.
Pretty good. Pretty solid.
Not a bad collection of DVDs there. So, Steve, let's jump into your Blu-rays. We'll do one at a time for you. It's a little bit reversed. I have the most Blu-rays today. Who'd have thought?
2020's wild.
So you want to start with some family video SMH pickups?
Yeah, the first 3 of mine are going to be some real poopy ones that I've been waiting to find for cheap. The first one is The Grudge, The Untold Chapter.
Yes, I love that they...
It should have stayed untold.
I love that they had to put a little subtitle on it for the home video release.
Yeah, but I actually haven't even seen the first 2.
A grudge, let alone many grudges.
Yeah. Yeah, so... And what's-her-face is in this. It's never a good sign. Lynn Shay. Yeah, she's always in poop. Last thing I saw her in was The Last Key, Insidious, and that was unbearable. So I'm sure the Untold Chapter of the Grudge franchise is just going to be fantastic.
Oh, yes. I also got some pretty awesome family video pickups. And the first one is a movie I'm genuinely excited to watch because I did enjoy the first one quite a bit, and that's Happy Death Day 2U, the sequel. Surprisingly enjoyed the first movie. And
I haven't gotten around to watching that one.
And I've heard the second one is still pretty dang good, although it's not very horror. I've heard it's more of a sci-fi movie. But we'll have to see about that. And, for $4.99 with the slip. And then I got some 4K titles. I got a ton of 4K titles, so I think I'm just going to run through them.
You really hit the jackpot on these. Even if they're not quality, it is quantity.
Yeah, this is quantity over quality, except for my first pick here, which is A Star is Born. Really enjoyed this movie. I've never seen any of the other versions of A Star is Born, but I loved Lady Gaga. I love her music. And she was great in this movie.
Big Gaga heads here.
Yeah.
Little monsters.
Yeah.
Right?
No joke. Bradley Cooper is also really awesome in this movie. I actually really do enjoy the soundtrack too, for you know, like sort of country-esque music. A lot of great songs in this. So, really enjoyed A Star Is Born. Then I got Power Rangers. What year did this come out?
I've tried to bury it in my mind.
2017. This will always be something special in my mind because this is the movie that made us decide to start taking the channel seriously. It's like one of the first.
That it is.
One of the first instances where we were like, okay, let's do this YouTube thing.
And you know what? It's funny about this movie because the original Mighty Morphin movie, it's kind of the same dichotomy. The first 2 acts are bearable.
Uh-huh.
And then once it crosses over to the 3rd act, it's time to shut it off.
Yeah. I'd be curious to revisit this movie because I haven't seen it since the theaters.
Same.
So I wonder how I'd feel about it today. I don't know. Power Rangers. Then I got a really shitty movie, but we always have talked about for years on the channel doing like commentary tracks or something. So I kind of bought it for that reason because it's The Predator, a movie that is absolute dog shit. I hate this movie, but it was $3, and I have all the other Predator movies, so I thought I would just round it out. Have them all on 4K as well. So...
The fuck was that?
What is that? With the slip. Then I got Valerian, City of a Thousand Planets. Again, another $3 4K movie. I'm actually curious about this movie. It's got Cara Delevingne in it, Dane DeHaan. It's directed by Luc Besson, I think is how you say his name. It's probably Besson or something like that. And I just sounded completely unbearable when I tried to say it there, but holographic cover, so, you know, I shined.
Great.
And then I got Resident Evil, The Final Chapter. I haven't seen this one. I've seen all the other Resident Evil movies, but I thought it's time for me to finish the franchise and see the final installment in glorious 4K. Then we got some modern sci-fi horror in Life, which is a movie I believe Justin has seen and Justin enjoyed. He's shaking his hand back and forth. Again, $3. Every single one of these 4Ks were $3, so factor that in when I'm buying these movies.
Yeah.
Curious to check this one out. Then we got a cinematic masterpiece here, and that's The Mummy, starring Tom Cruise, which I watched half of in theaters, and this was when I worked at the movie theater, so I just turned it off because I was sick of it. And I couldn't bear to take it, but I've always been curious to finish this movie and just try and make it through. Then, by all accounts, a dog shit Stephen King adaptation, and that's The Dark Tower, starring Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey. But we're big Stephen King fans around here, and we thought we'd give it a swing and see how this Stephen King adaptation goes, although I've only heard bad things about it. And then my final family video 4K pickup is Kong Skull Island. With Godzilla vs. King Kong right around the corner, I thought now would be a great time to revisit this movie, although I didn't really enjoy it that much. I thought it was a fine movie. It's not the worst thing in the world, but you go from Godzilla 2014 to Kong Skull Island, you're kind of like, oh, the quality dip. Because this is more of like it is kind of straight up like an action-adventure comedy more than anything. I mean, John C. Reilly's in it, so...
The last time I saw Godzilla 2014 was in theaters, and I've never seen Kong, so I'd give it a shot.
Yeah.
I'd give it a shot.
But I figured I'd revisit it before we get to see the showdown, whenever that movie comes out.
Movies are canceled. Continuing my family video pickups, this next one is a remake of a beloved horror film from the 70s.
A remake.
You're right. I totally forgot about the one in the 2000s. Haven't seen that one, but this one is the latest rendition of Black Christmas.
Oh boy.
Bought it for dirt cheap, and
Yeah.
that was the only way I was ever gonna be able to see this. But before I watch this, I still want to watch Black Xmas, and then give this one a whirl. I've heard nothing but terrible, terrible things about this. I've had the movie spoiled for me, but I care so little that I don't even remember.
Yeah.
But
I was still working at the movie theater when that was out, so I've seen the ending like 400 times.
Yeah.
And it's not good.
I mean, the original Black Christmas is one of those that you could never replicate the magic
Absolutely.
that was made in that movie. It's kind of akin to Halloween 79. You could have a bunch of remakes, sequels, spin-offs, but it's never going to come close to touching the first, because it was lightning in a bottle.
Yep.
So
Although Black Xmas is a gory good time, I'll say it. Gory good time.
Black Christmas, what year? 2019 or 2020 or something. Who cares?
I think it was 2019.
Sure.
It was written, filmed, and released in the same year. Literally.
Hell yeah.
Great. That's always a sign of a great movie. Next up for me, I'm going to rifle off a couple more here. I got VHS 1 from Dollar Tree. Solid Dollar Tree pickup.
Finally, you got something from Dollar Tree.
Right.
One of us, at least.
And I actually like segments of VHS 1. There's a couple stinkers, but there's a couple decent ones.
I remember when it first came out, it was a little hype.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen it. But I really wasn't into that sort of thing when it came out.
I like VHS 2 more, but VHS 1 still has some good shorts in it, so there you go. And then brand new from Scream Factory, just got this in the mail today, the day we filmed this video, and that's 13 Ghosts, the remake, the one with Matthew Lillard in it. Love this movie. It's a childhood Nate classic. When I was still, getting into horror, I was like, loved this movie. I still do really like the creature designs for all the ghosts. I think that's great. And,
Would agree.
And the premise of the movie is also pretty awesome. However, just most of the execution is not. But Matthew Lillard's in it. He's super entertaining. Tony Shalhoub is also in it.
Monk.
Yeah, super entertaining. There's a lot of great actors in this movie.
And that fantastic CGI set piece at the end.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shannon Elizabeth is in this movie, too.
A lot of heavy hitters.
Yeah. And, of course, it's a Dark Castle joint. And we love our Dark Castle here, so I'm excited to revisit this movie. Maybe there'll be a hoopla about it very soon.
That's one that I could see getting another remake.
And then I've got some Walmart Scream Factory and a Shout Select, When Harry Met Sally. Found it with the slip at Walmart. You guys know Walmart's been getting some Screams lately. And then this was actually a FOMO purchase, and that's Starman with the slip, which I bought because I was thinking I wasn't going to see Starman with the slip at my local Walmart, and then I literally bought this. It shipped. The next day I walked into Walmart, 3 copies with the slip, and then that's when I bought you one. So actually, shouldn't you have this for this month too?
Maybe.
I think so. We should both have this because I bought Steven a copy. I finally got my Vinegar Syndrome halfway to Black Friday sale pickup, and that's the Amityville 90s collection, although it is missing one, which you recently picked up on VHS tape. But it's Amityville, The Evil Escapes, Amityville 1992, It's About Time, Amityville, A New Generation, and Amityville Dollhouse. I'm sure they're all wonderful films. But now, unlike you have a complete Amityville collection. I just need to pick up that movie, but I have every other Amityville movie.
The next one, my last family video pickup, a really fun one that I enjoyed a lot, and this one is Countdown.
Surprisingly not bad.
Yeah. I mean, it is, but really fun.
The movie also is kind of a little self-aware. It's at least a little self-aware that it's ridiculous because it's about an app that tells you when you're going to die, and you die because it actually, guess what, it turns out, spoiler alert, it's a demon.
Yeah. And it's only PG-13.
Yeah. But Tom Segura,
yeah,
hilarious.
That was like the main attraction for me was Tom Segura. And
I'm glad we got more than one scene with him.
Yeah. And then Christina P., that after credit scene, amazing.
Yeah.
So that's how you know the filmmakers had a sense of humor. But yeah, I really like this one. I definitely watch it again. It's really fun. So Piss on Me, Beat Me, Countdown.
It's entertaining. It's entertaining as hell. All right, so I got some Aero video pickups that were from the MVD sale. They were getting rid of some OOP Aeros for really, really cheap prices. So I got Pray for Death, which is an 80s kung fu movie, and I bought it because look at the cover. I mean,
awesome.
I don't need to say anything else about this. It looks amazing. And then I got Ronin, starring Robert De Niro, with the... I only paid $5 for this. Most of those Aeros were $5, and I was about to go crazy and pick them all up, but I went a little reserved and Ronin. And then, I think this was $7. Bloodbath, the limited edition. It's a little beat up, but it was brand new. But, you know, cool to get an Aero Video limited edition for so cheap. I don't really know anything about this movie other than there's 4 cuts of it, and they all vary in length greatly, all the way from 95 minutes to 62 minutes, and it's all the same movie somehow, but Bloodbath. And what the hell, I'll round out my arrows here. Creepshow 2, the Aero Video Store exclusive colorway, this teal colorway. They re-released the Creepshow limited edition in the UK. This is Region B. Love the holographic nature of the case. Love the blue. It's very striking, and it'll be fun to see what Creepshow 2 is all about. So, Steve, you want to get into some crits?
Sure. The first one was an upgrade, and that was to the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Essential.
Yeah, I've only seen this once, but I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to be revisiting this one in the very near future. And of course, with the Wes Anderson releases, they always go over the top, and you know, a ton of great inclusions, and you know, there's a poster in here and whatnot, and new transfers. So an essential pickup.
Yep.
Got to get the Wes Anderson ones.
Then I picked up The Thin Red Line, the Terrence Malick movie. It's a World War II movie that came out the same year as Saving Private Ryan, so it got sidelined hardcore. And ever since Justin bought it, I believe last July, I've been thinking about it. Haven't got a chance to watch this one yet, but yeah, I love some good old World War II movies, so hoping this one's a banger. And then this is a movie I have seen, and I thought I bought the Criterion of this, but I guess not. I guess I have false memories of opening it, looking at it.
How Lynchian.
Literally. And that's Blue Velvet, the David Lynch movie. Great film. Totally awesome.
My next one is my first Ang Lee movie purchase, and that is of The Ice Storm. I pretty much chose this one to start out with because of the cast. It's got Kevin Kline, let's see, Tobey Maguire, Christina Ricci, Elijah Wood, and Sigourney Weaver. So there's like a bunch of heavy hitters. The premise of the movie seems pretty enjoyable. I don't really know anything about Ang Lee or her film style, but I wanted to dive in, and I wanted to start with The Ice Storm, so I decided to pick this one up.
Nice. And I've got an embarrassing boomer moment here. The next movie I picked up was Following, which is Christopher Nolan's first film. And I gave an attempt to watch it, but I actually fell asleep because I was really tired from work. And it's only 70 minutes long, which is even more embarrassing because I was like, I'll just put on a really short movie. Following's really short.
Shame. I've never fallen asleep during a movie.
Yeah.
Ever.
But I really liked what I saw. The like 30-ish minutes I watched before I passed out. But I'm going to definitely give this one another go, and when I'm actually not tired, and I'll be able to finish it. It's only 70 minutes. Then this was a blind buy, and that's Do the Right Thing, which is a Spike Lee movie. I've seen a couple Spike Lee movies, and by a couple I mean Black Klansman and the Old Boy remake. But I've always been curious about this one, and it's kind of a harder crit to come by. But, you know, it's a...
The DVD crit of that was out of print for a long time.
Yeah, this is a really low crit number. It's only number 97. It's got a really thick-ass booklet with it. But, yeah, curious to check this one out. And found it at Fort Wayne Barnes & Noble. They had some really good pickups there, so...
A huge selection.
Yeah.
Compared to ours. The next one is continuing. I got to collect all of Martin Scorsese's stuff, so I got The Age of Innocence.
Nice.
His romance film.
I got 2 more crits for you. I've got Blood Simple, which is a Coen Brothers movie. Watched this movie. Really enjoyed this one. It's got Frances McDermott in it as a young woman, and tons of other actors that you would recognize when you see their face, and you're like, oh, it's that guy. But, yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. It was really oddly comedic, but it's kind of like a noir thriller, and it makes sense. It's the Coen Brothers' first movie, and I was like, oh, it makes sense. Then a movie I haven't seen yet, but I've been jumping into the Brian De Palma-a-thon, and that's Dressed to Kill. another crit that I wanted to get last year, but I couldn't find it. But again, that Fort Wayne Barnes & Noble had tons of super desirable crits. So I went a little crazy that day.
A little crit crazy.
Yeah, and got Dressed to Kill.
The next one I got is the original Blob with Steve McQueen in it. From all accounts I heard, it's not great, but looking forward to looking to that 4K restoration, and pretty much any horror related film Criterion comes out with.
True.
I'm down to give it a whirl. So
yeah,
the original Blob.
And then I got 2 more crit pickups. I showed this one off in our Criterion hunting video, which if you haven't seen that vlog, you should check it out. Roma, which didn't win Best Picture in 2018 or 2019. 2018? 2019? It was the year when Green Book won, and it was the big upset. But I believe this won Best Foreign Film, so.
And Best Cinematography and Best Director.
And then Portrait of a Lady on Fire, which is a movie I still haven't got to watch, but I saw a trailer for it when I saw Parasite, and I was really interested to see it. And then, hey, what do you know? It came out instantly to Criterion, which can only mean it's a fantastic movie.
My last Criterion pickup is a pretty newer Criterion release, and that is the Soviet-Russian film from 1985, World War II, Come and See. This looks like it's going to be kind of a tough watch because of the subject matter. I've heard it's pretty devastating and realistic, but nonetheless, I do like war movies when they're not just like blatant propaganda.
Right.
So really looking forward to this one. It looks absolutely like, I guess, haunting would be the best word to describe it. They used kind of like, I'm sure this is kind of where Robert Eggers may have gotten some inspiration for his filmmaking style in The Witch, because it's all natural lighting.
Nice.
And stuff like a lot of the shots even kind of look that way. It's in 4:3, so yeah, Come and See. Really looking forward to sitting down and taking this one in.
Nice. And my final pickup, which is also a Criterion, something that you thought I wouldn't have been the last one out of our friends group to acquire this, but I finally caved and I got the Godzilla Criterion.
But how's it gonna fit on your shelf?
Oh my god, that's all that matters is packaging, and if it's gonna fit on my shelf, I don't give a shit about the movie. Love the Godzilla set. I actually took the time and I watched Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, and that was a blast from the past. Hadn't seen that movie since I was a kid, but I had a lot of fun with it. And now, besides Godzilla vs. Biollante, I own every single Godzilla movie on Blu-ray.
Good luck with getting Biollante.
It'll get repressed one day. Steven, your final pickup.
The last one I just got today.
Wow.
Actually, on a whim.
Wow.
Just happened to find it. And
oh man.
That is the Xfiles, the complete series on Blu-ray. I did find it used for a pretty decent price. The packaging is a little beat up, but that's okay. But to my surprise, when I opened it up, they were all still sealed, except the event series. But that's okay. But
imagine buying this and you just watch the event series.
Yeah. So
you don't watch the good X-Files.
So this is pretty much, I paid a used price for a brand new set, but just it's a little beat up on the outside. But yeah, so I pretty much paid a used price for something that was brand new. You know, like I said, it's a little beat up on the outside, but who cares?
That's
It's
awesome.
not that big of a deal. And it's funny because just recently, kind of during the quarantine, I was just so bored and looking for something easy and a nice, easy, short watch. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to revisit the X-Files. So I started from season 1 onward, and I've been having a great time with it because I have Hulu. But now, obviously,
just watch the Blu-rays.
Yeah, just watch the Blu-rays. So funny that I was to find this right when I started rewatching it again. I haven't watched the series in a few years.
Does this have the movies in it?
Don't know, but I have the other movies on Blu-ray anyway.
I was just curious.
But yeah, so a lot of special features on here that I'm going to definitely look forward to watching, and it's one of my favorites.
Nice.
So, the X-Files.
Nice. Good pickups. All right, so that was our July. Jesus.
We're not done yet.
Where did...
So that was that voice. It wasn't God.
Why do you just come out of nowhere?
This has got to stop.
Can't you knock?
We're not done yet. We're not done yet. So my pickups for this month, I took a gamble on Amazon, Child's Play, The Scream Factory. You guys should both be proud of me. Scream Factory. Took a gamble. Amazon gave me the slip.
Nice.
The worker saw my name. He recognized who I was. He gave me the slip. Love Child's Play. Want to get the box set one day. But this has a Scream, so why not get it?
Yep.
And then I have 2 crit pickups. Roma, which Nate already talked about. Best director, best cinematography, best foreign film for 2018. Yeah, I know now. You guys can stop commenting on our Criterion sale. And I also got The Virgin Suicides, starring Kirsten Dunst, Mary Jane herself.
Whoa.
This was on our list that we studied in the history of film class back in college.
Cool.
That's great, man.
So it'll be
I went
nice
to
to
college.
revisit this. Those are my picks. Now we're done.
So there you have it, folks. There's our July Blu-ray pickups. Of course, let us know what you got in the comments down below. Let's talk some Blu-rays here. Of course, I'm Nate. Join us, Steven.
Take care.
And Justin.
Later, guys.
And we will see you guys next time on Out of the Basement.
Ah! 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 Ah!